Amanda, the first thing you brought up, Oklahoma has a tie to who? Josh Heupel. So,
Yeah. Well, the only reason I brought that up is because a lot of people on Twitter think that it's more than just this, um, for the guy to resign. It's because apparently his players wanted him to stay. So it's more than just this that happened. It's Venables is
Brent
the
Venables.
problem apparently.
It
So
it feels like, to be real honest with you, they just hired Derek Dooley. I mean, it feels like they're getting ready to go on one of those trajectories because, listen, I like Brent Venables a lot. I thought he did a lot of great things at Clemson, but at the end of the day, is he a head coach? Prove it to me. I haven't seen it yet. I have no reason to believe it. So, what would have to happen for Josh Heupel to take a serious look at Oklahoma, where he was the coach? One, Brent Venables has to get fired. That's going to happen. Two, I don't know if it's 3 years or 4 years or when it is, but that's going to happen. Two, um, the athletic director, I'm told, would probably, at least the administration in large part, would have to change because you remember they fired Josh Heupel when they should have fired their defensive coordinator at the time, but he happened to be brothers with the head coach. So the Stoops family won out in that one. Now Bob Stoops is at Southern Cal, but his brother was the defense coordinator. So despite scoring 38.8 points per game, they fired Josh Heupel. And Heupel went to UCF, has had a great time. He's gone to Tennessee and has had success. But Amanda, I think you're absolutely right. I think it's something Tennessee fans always need to keep an eye on. The same way, I'm going to show my age. Johnny Majors went to Pitt, won a national championship, won a Heisman Trophy for a guy named Tony Dorsett that changed into Dorsett as the years went on. Same thing with Theismann. You know that? It was Theismann, but they changed it to Theismann because it rhymes with Heisman.
did not.
Yeah, that didn't keep him from breaking his leg in the NFL. But anyway, so
Wow.
yeah, so it can't. So Pitt, was always worried in the '70s that Tennessee was going to come calling. It was a matter of time. And Johnny Majors, I think, much like Lane Kiffin, that's the one job in Southern Cal. Johnny Majors, the one job he would have taken would have been to Tennessee. He would have left Pitt for Tennessee. And he did that. And so I think that is always a concern. I think football changes immensely. I mean, how many athletic directors has Tennessee had in the past 3 years? If you count, well, four, I guess. The current one, Danny White, Philip Fulmer. You had the short run with John Curry and Dave Hart. So in the past 3 years, they've had four athletic directors.
Wait, when was Mal Moore there?
I'm talking about Tennessee. You're talking
Okay,
about
was Mal Moore not there at
no,
Tennessee? I thought he was.
no, he was at Alabama, but those four ADs have all served time at Tennessee in the past 3 years. So to dismiss it and say there's no way Josh Heupel is going back to Oklahoma would be a little too simplistic. But I don't think it happens anytime in the near future. By near future, 2 or 3 years in college football. That's near future. But certainly, I think it's something to keep an eye on. And I don't think Oklahoma fans that are used to scoring, 40, 50 points a game are going to like Brent Venables, who's a defensive coach. And they're probably going to be more ground and pound than any Oklahoma fan ever dreamed. Plus, they're coming into the SEC. I mean, if you're buying stock in Brent Venables, you know something that I don't know right now, Amanda, because I just
Yeah.
do not see it working out for him.
I don't see it working out for him either, but as, Coach Brian always said, when mama comes calling, you go home. So that is would be, if I were a Tennessee fan, that would be my concern with Josh Heupel, and Oklahoma being in the spot that they're in. Also, the rumor out there is that Brent Venables at Clemson did something that was not great. There was some kind of drama there, and it seems like at Oklahoma there's some kind of drama there. So I could see him getting an early exit. So that would be my concern as a Tennessee fan right now.
Well, I mean,
But as
could Josh Heupel be the head coach of Oklahoma in 2026? Certainly. I mean, it wouldn't stun me. Could he be the head coach at Oklahoma in 2023, that would stun me. 1, he has a big buyout, but 2, I just don't think he likes those dudes running the program, and I don't think they're particularly fond of him. So, people don't get along sometimes. That's fine. I don't think those 2 parties get along. So, I don't think it's gonna happen immediately, but 2025 in college football is like an eon away.
Yeah, that well, what's funny to me is that at least, if that did happen, Tennessee would be getting money for a coach instead of shelling out somebody's contract
Yeah,
like they've
instead of
done the past, like, 10
being
years.
buy out you. Basically, if you're a janitor there, I think you get like an $80,000 buyout out the door. They've paid off
Okay.
athletic directors, basketball coaches, football coaches, athletic directors again, football coaches again, basketball coaches, just about everybody that you could possibly imagine.